Hey, what's going on? Welcome to 10. Lost you for a second. Episode 10.
Do that over. Do that over, my
I
friend.
accidentally hit the keyboard. Welcome to SaveState Podcast, episode 10. I am not your host. I'm just the second best looking dude here. Normally, I'm the best looking dude, but as you can see by our special guest today, I'm second place, right? So tonight, we have Mr. Hans from Too Loud Tech Gaming. And we have I'm Matt from Digital Jedi Gaming, and our special guest today is Trevor, the okayest gamer. Now, I watched this dude's videos. He's a little bit better than okay, but we don't want to let him get too crazy and too excited, right? So we're just going to call him okayest. How we doing, fellas? Yeah, keep you humble.
Doing great.
Yeah.
Doing great.
Good. How's the week going so far?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's let Trevor go ahead and what you got on the radar this week? What's been going on?
Well, I'm finally getting back into content creation. I had a bit of time off due to some home renovation and a few other things, taking a course. So now I can finally get back to things. So I got this new studio set up, which is great.
Yes, we just talked about how awesome that looks, man.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Just looking forward to the weekend.
I hear that.
That's awesome.
So for me, pretty regular. Just gaming, trying to stay up on news, and just nothing really new. I guess really quick. Just no surprise here, but I guess that whole another 90-day push on the tariffs kind of caught me off guard. I was like, oh, okay, here we go again, but nothing new, man. Everything's everything. Everything's fun. But I was playing a lot of that Battlefield 6 beta. I enjoyed that. That was a good time. We'll be talking about that a little bit later here. What about you,
I definitely want to get into that. Are you looking at playing that game, Trevor?
Yeah, I saw that it came out. I just haven't had a chance to install it yet, but looks pretty good from what I've seen.
I'm excited to see a competitor for Call of Duty. Call of Duty's just run the gamut for so long now that there's a solid competitor. I'm really excited to see it. For me this week, I got on this tear with Metroid, and I'm upset, Trevor. I'm obsessed with the Metroid games. It's probably my favorite franchise of all time, and somehow I got my the Anbernic RG477M, which, by the way, a little secret, this is the best device Anbernic's ever made. Amazing. And I played through Metroid Fusion on it for probably the 6th or 7th time and had a blast with it. Great device. And just getting ready for the weekend as well too. I'm just, chugging along, trying to get to my, to my okayest gamer level. I'm trying to be, okay, just like that guy, man. So, I wanted to ask you right off the bat. So Manitoba, is that correct? Is that the province you're from? Manitoba. Okay. Yeah. So I'm a fat guy, right? So I was harassing Clef for some Nanaimo bars. So I got another buddy who's from Canada, and he went to Canada, and he said he's going to bring me Nanaimo bars, and he couldn't get them across. So I started harassing Clef. He's like, I'm from Quebec. We got poutine. And I started looking. I'm like, well, what do they have in Manitoba? So do you have Nanaimo bars?
We have fields. That's it. Fields. Like, it's a prairie province, so it's just flat, nothing here. As far as food, I don't know. We have and I don't know if this is like everywhere, but for sure it's a Manitoba thing. Is like we have these little sesame seed bars that are like with sesame seed and honey. I don't know if you guys have those around there.
I've eaten something like that before.
In Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
We have something like that in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a sesame seed. It's almost like a candy bar, but it's like full of seeds and stuff like that. And What are they called?
Seeds and honey.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't remember. I don't remember. I just know that every time my aunt used to come from Puerto Rico during Christmas time, she'd bring a bunch of those and some coquito, which is like, I guess like a Puerto Rican eggnog, like spiked eggnog.
It's like a coconut base.
We do have one thing actually that I don't know if it's Manitoba or just Canadian thing, but we have this festival that we do out in Winnipeg. It's a Festival de Voyageurs, and it's basically it's like a French festival. So one of the things that they do for kids is they take like a pop stick and they you pour some maple syrup, of course it's maple syrup, on the snow, stick your pop stick in there, and then you roll it, and then you have like a little candy that you can eat.
That's awesome. So
it's
we have
but Class.
Like fall festivals here, they actually sell. At least in New York, there's a thing where they sell just maple syrup, like homemade maple syrup in these tubes, and you can buy them, and kind of the kids go crazy eating them, and then they're just wild and stuff like that. So
I
that's
told you,
awesome.
you guys are southern. You guys are Southern Canadians. That's why you guys up there in New York. You guys
Southern
are
Canadians.
the Southern Canadians, dude. Yeah. You know what? I realized when he said the name of that festival, I was like, dude, why is it that anything French sounds fancy? Always, it's like it doesn't matter. You can say the worst thing in the world, and in French it sounds like it's awesome. Like, oh yeah, that sounds great. You don't know what it is, dude. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
How did you pronounce it again, Trevor?
Festival de Voyageur.
Yeah, that does
I'm
sound
probably
fancy.
butchering it. Like if Clef heard that, I'm sure he'd lose his mind. But
yeah. Well, we don't have to worry about Clef till next week. Spoiler: Clef will be on next week.
Well, and we should segue because you and Clef are part of the Handheld United group, right?
yes, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just another great group of guys. It's just kind of like what Too Loud and I kind of wanted to establish here. It's just a bunch of small content creators, just getting together and just having a chit chat with people and having a blast, doing like the same stuff we do every day on Discord, just talking about games and kind of nerding out together. So I think it's pretty amazing that you guys are doing that. It's funny that you and Clef do it together because we watch all you guys' stuff and we love it.
And we ended up scheduling them back to back without even putting that together that they were Handheld United.
Yeah, that's really funny. That's really funny.
Totally
I didn't even think about that either. Yeah, it just kind of works out that way. So I dig it. You guys want to cover some news real quick before we get into like the nitty gritty? Because I got some stuff I want to talk to Trevor about. Trevor, we're gonna put Too Loud on the spot there because he got an Ayaneo 3 and you and I got the real HX 370s that people should be buying. You know what I mean?
I got the
Yeah, see, he got there. Look, he got one I wasn't expecting. I thought you were gonna pull out the Evangelion that you got. Do you have the case for that Evangelion?
Do you want me to grab it?
Yeah. So Too Loud. I don't know if you saw it. So when I got my F1 Pro, I don't know if Trevor. So as soon as I got my F1 Pro,
you can tell us about it. I saw it.
Okay, so I got my F1 Pro and I wait for Trevor to come back. And I don't know if Trevor remembers this. So I got my F1 Pro. As soon as I'm on DMing Trevor, asking him questions about it. He's like, "Slow down, Junior, slow down." So we started talking about it. Do you remember when I sent you the message because I was trying to figure out how to change the icon? Yeah. And then my dude went so far that not only he got his F1 Pro customized, he made his own Evangelion case for that. He made that, dude. Is that dope?
That is super cool, dude. Yeah,
I was like, man, that's so cool. Like, where'd you get that?
Is it like the OEM case, and you like did some of those iron-on
I designed this logo here, and then I had a friend at work that has like one of those crickets. And so they basically layered it on, and then
sweet, dude.
And I made this other one for my wife that's like her logo.
Oh, how cool is that?
The only thing is it kind of the glue got a little weird, but just so when she opened it, she'd see. Yeah.
Still awesome.
Look at it.
Beautiful device.
Look at it. Yeah, look at.
So I wanna make a quick flex here, brought to you by my good friend Lee, Handheld Hoarder, that he's not here tonight, but I'm gonna make a little small flex here since I have it in my possession for the time being. And give me 1 second here. Got a little fingerprint. She's actually been used, so let me wipe her down a little bit. And right here, check out that bad boy.
You have that one, don't you, Trev?
Is that the EVA 2 or the EVA 1? 1X Player 2? Yep. No, that one I don't have. But I was considering it back when it first came out.
I thought that was one of the first ones you got, wasn't it? Didn't you get the?
No, the first one I got was like a prototype white one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that one has the 7840U and 32 gigs of RAM. So yeah, it's a pretty cool unit. It's a very gorgeous aesthetic, of course. I like the red and the gold though. I really, really do.
It's
and
gorgeous.
I was really close to picking up the what's it called? It was like the 1X player. 1X player. I'm sorry. I know some of you guys are really into this x86 scene are like super caught up on their naming scheme, but like for me, I get kind of confused with them. I think it's like the X1 Pro. It's like the tablet one with the controls on the side. Is that the X1 Pro? Yeah. Okay. So they had one with the red Evangelion. The only thing though, like the buttons kind of threw me off. They weren't the same layout, I mean colors as the F1 Pro's colors of the buttons. They were like green on a red instead of the gold. I think yours is gold, right?
Yeah. Right.
And it kind of like that just blew it for me because I really I'm not a big follower in Evangelion, but I do like the maroon red with gold. It kind of gives me like an Iron Man vibe. And but when I saw the other one with the green buttons on the red controllers, I was just like, no, it's like Christmas or something. Like I'm cool. I'm gonna pass on this one. But it was a cool unit. Unfortunately,
so you just went and got the F1 Pro?
Me?
Yeah.
Did I win and get an F1 Pro?
Yeah.
Why would I ever get an F1 Pro, Jedi?
Oh, you said that you weren't.
You mean the one with the down firing speakers?
Yeah,
that
you
one,
said you weren't good
F1
enough
Pro?
to handle this one, so you were going to go get the bootleg one from who? Which one did you get?
Wait, no, I know.
He got the Ayaneo or the budget one.
I know you have
something.
this whole brand loyalty thing, right? Like once you're like into a product, you become like so.
Hey, hold on, just so you know,
with it.
my boy here, Trevor, he's Team 1X player, so you need to be careful.
But he's legit
I'm
Team 1X player.
I'm like across the board. I've got like everything.
Come on,
but look, dude, there's a
Work
difference with you, Trevor, and Jedi, right? Like you've been messing around with 1X players for quite a while now, right? Like this is not your first rodeo. This is his first rodeo. All of a sudden, 1X player is the best thing since sliced bread and blah blah blah.
God.
And like, but before that, it was all about the MSI claw and like you know. And then
how long was I going on and on about the 1X player before I finally got it?
But dude,
but with the F1 Pro, like that's fair. I mean, it really is a great device. Like the OLED.
I think it is. It is. It has to be the second best HX370 device out there. It literally has to be the second best.
I haven't used the Ayaneo 3, but it does look cool, like with swapping out the controls. I'm just hoping the ergonomics are a little better than the 2.
It's very comfy. It's extremely comfortable. We have our back bumpers. We have trigger locks. Everything lines up, at least for my hands, right? Like everybody's going to be different, and our hand sizes are going to be different. The way it sits in our hand is going to be different. But for me, everything matches up perfectly. Like those 2 bumpers are my 2 ring fingers, you know, and it's been extremely good. And I have front firing speakers that are obnoxiously loud. So Jedi, a big thing for him was I was on this. So I'm not a big Ayaneo guy, but I did want the Ayaneo Evo, which was an Android device, and it looks very, very similar to the Ayaneo 3. And Jedi's big thing was like, oh, why do you want that thing? It has down firing speakers. And then he turns around and gets an F1 Pro, which has what? Down firing speakers. And it was like, oh, see where the bias kicks in, you know? So, I mean, but either way, like, man, they're amazing products, both of them. I was really on the fence about getting one. 1X was having some really crazy sales at the time when I was going through the whole ordeal with Ayaneo, and yeah, it's a great product. The only thing for me was that I really wanted full size joysticks, and I like the idea of the Magic modules, not so much because I wanted a 6-button or touchpad, but because, as you see, I've used it in this orientation since I got it, and that's both joysticks up top. I know that's probably abnormal, really, really comfortable for me, and I'm the one playing it, so I don't really care what nobody else has to say. So I'm right, and everybody else is wrong.
I actually forgot to mention to you guys before we started that I still haven't shipped off this little guy. So
how is it?
Dude.
It's very interesting with like flipping around, like you know, like you can rotate this, and then you got this other design. It flips around.
So crazy.
So
I will say the magnetics on it
in your hand looks good.
What's that?
The magnets sound so satisfying.
Oh yeah, they're like
just hearing them, like yeah. Oh, dude, like it sounds so good.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting device.
It's polarizing though.
Yeah, it looks less chunky in your hands versus like the videos where it's zoomed in on it. It looks a little bit more.
Oh yeah, like if you look at it just straight on, like it looks like it's pretty big, but there's a big indent, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty
So
light
how do you
too.
how do you feel about the thing? Because I know Clef loved it, and then other people hated it. So, and then you being an x86 guy, how do you feel about something like that? That's that's an Android that's kind of wonky and stuff. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, like I'm not too large into Android handhelds, but this one, like, really, I just mostly used it for 3DS games when I was trying it out because
Hmm.
really that's what it seems like it's mostly built for. And when you use it
Of
with the two
course.
screens, like it works great. Um, I did not do too much as far as like more advanced emulation, just because when I was making
Hmm.
my video, I very limited time.
Hmm.
So I can't show that footage anyway, otherwise you can get flagged. So I just kind of
Hmm.
avoid too much emulation. The
Right.
device
Yeah.
itself, like probably the strangest thing for me, I don't know if you can see this. My lighting's a little bit off. The L2 and L1 and L2 buttons are kind of weird. Like they're like
Yes.
Yeah.
side by side.
Yeah.
So it's
Gotta
almost
like
like
reach
you
over
have
it to.
Yeah.
yeah. So it took a little bit of getting used to, but yeah, I don't think it's anything that couldn't get past. There's also some
That was a big
limitations.
drawback for me was the orientation of them, and then also too when it was like in an upright position, it seemed like it was very little shoulder for you to get to those buttons. And I haven't held one in hand, but just looking at it in images or videos, it seemed like it was not very much meat for you to get your pads or your fingers onto back there when it was straight up and down or in a vertical orientation.
Like in this orientation, it's yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do get a little bit slimmer of a profile to grab, but I haven't found that it was like I don't think there's any issue. Um, and they are like tactile buttons; they're not triggers, so you don't have like any kind of
Mm,
analog.
Mhm.
Um,
okay.
but I don't know, it worked fine. Like this is also a prototype that I have, so there's probably some shenanigans going on there. I've had a couple button misses, like I pressed the trigger button and it just wouldn't actuate. So then, that's why I
Mm.
lost that race in Mario Kart, not because I'm trash, but because of that button
There
miss.
you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Fair,
That sounds like
fair.
my
That's
answer too.
fair.
Sounds like my
Yeah.
answer too.
Yeah.
That's
Mm.
interesting. So it
So,
looks cool. I
Yeah.
I feel like for the price point, it's a little bit too. I don't know.
I mean,
It's
and
just
that's gonna get into my question for him. Like, is it something that you would spend your own money on?
For me personally, probably not, just because, like I said, I don't really do too much Android gaming. Like I have,
Mhm,
what is it, the Odin 2, and I
mhm.
bought that thinking like, I'm going to use this a lot for emulation, and it's mostly just sat in its case.
Yeah.
Mm,
When I usually reach for a handheld, that seems to be one of my PCs, whichever one I'm reviewing at the time, or
yeah.
my go-to is the F1 Pro or the previous One X Flies, like as my like base model.
Mhm.
Like when I'm not testing something, but whenever I'm testing something, that becomes my main device for that few week period. But Android just
Interesting.
never seems to fit in that mold for me.
So
That's fair.
I started out and I was completely obsessed with Linux. I liked just the ease of use and just Android didn't seem like it was worth the effort for me to do a setup and stuff when Linux was just game and go. And then little by little, I transitioned where I don't really touch Linux. The only time I really touch Linux handhelds anymore is if I'm doing Pico 8 because I love playing native Pico 8 on Linux, and for me that's the best experience. And then lately, I've been, and mostly honestly because of Too Loud lately, I've been giving a lot more attention to x86 because I'm a collector and I have terrible FOMO, right? So I get these devices and I'm looking at them, and he's always teasing me, well, why aren't you playing on this device? You just got it. You're not doing it. And I go back to my Odin, right? Because that's my device that I play everything on. And I go back to it, and he's always teasing me. So I've been, like he's consciously got me like games that I have. Well, first off, if you spend any time with us, you'll learn he's a terrible influence, and he's gonna make you spend all kinds of money on just all kinds of crazy stuff. And so, I'm like talking to my wife. I'm like, hey babe, I love you. She's like, how much is it? And what is it that Alex wants you or Tula wants you to buy? And I'm like, what? And but so I stopped playing. My point is that I haven't been playing as many games on my PC. I've been trying to force us to play on the x86 because he's right. I'm buying all these devices and I'm playing them. So I'm slowly but surely getting to that level where I think x86 are going to be my main. Right now, I'm still mostly Android, and by Android I mean the Odin, but I'm getting it too. So I kind of know what you mean by that. Like I feel bad I have so many Linux devices and I don't touch them. You know. So I don't. What do you think, Tula?
So honestly, me, I don't argue with you on that anymore. I agree. I can be a little bit persistent on purchases. Yeah, but you're just as bad with it. You gotta admit it. Like, you'll call me like too loud. Are you buying this? You gotta get it. You gotta buy it. And I did pull a fast one on you with the slide. I was like, you gotta buy it. You're like, I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. I was like, dude, you're a content creator now. You gotta have it. And then he bought it, and he turns around. He's like, when's your coming? I was like, oh, I didn't order it.
You jerk.
So I did kind of pull a fast one on him with that one. I mean, I did like the design, the idea, the whole Vita Go style. But it just, when I seen it in action, like people's hands, it was so big. It was not what I was wanting.
It's clumsy.
What I was wanting was something more around the profile of the actual Sony device. So that one kind of missed me. I do kind of like, we'll get in Discords, because we kind of joke like this whole podcast kind of started as like a Discord unhinged type deal. And so we're in Discord, we're always playing games and stuff. And like, I'll see Matt playing a game on PC, like what was it last time? Death's Door. And I'm like, dude, why are you playing that here? You should be playing that on your F1 Pro. Like, that's a great candidate for the F1 Pro. Death's Door, F1 Pro, you got an OLED, you got an amazing device there. And I mean, he has a 4 terabyte SSD in his F1 Pro. Like, he has plenty of room for stuff. And so I just kind of trying to get him to get into that stuff, because I see that, like, we're actual friends. We don't just do this and then not talk to each other anymore until next week. We talk every day, and we play games all the time. And I'm just like, dude, we get these devices and we spend so much on them. We have to actually use them. We have to actually play on them. And not that Matt doesn't, is that he finds himself back on his comfort device, right? Like, I think we all have that, like our comfort device, our device that we pick it up every time. It's just our road partner or our EDC. It's become part of our EDC. And for him, it's the Portal, big old boomerang. And for me, I had the Portal, and I was like, dude, if I'm going to use the Portal, I'm going to use an x86 device. I love Windows. So for me, I spend as much time as I can on my x86 devices. I really like, actually, and I want to segue into something, because it's something that I've been curious about doing, and I've been on the fence of doing it. But you're, Trevor, tonight and basically all the time, right? If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, you're generally using your x86 devices as your streaming devices for, like, this podcast here, for instance. Like, you use them all the time. Yeah,
I actually like edit my videos on. I don't have it handy here, but right now I'm using my G1, which is like an 8.8 inch device that's like a mini laptop. And normally I dock it, and it's great, but I got used to using it when I go to some night shifts where I'm in social services. I just have to be there in case the person needs something. So great time to edit. So I basically found myself editing on this little 8-inch screen and adjusting the resolution to make sure everything fits onto DaVinci. And my eyes are surprisingly still good. Like, I figure I'm getting a bit older.
Dude, that's amazing.
Tough,
but, what processor does the G1 have?
It has the HX370.
Oh, so that's a workhorse. Yeah, you're fine.
For a little time there, I was using the Z13, which is that's a great device.
That's a monster.
Z13 Flow. Yeah, I had to send it back. That was a sad day, putting that one in the mail. It was a loaner unit.
Yeah, I bet.
So, I think I was supposed to have it for a month, and then like I got sick, and then it got extended, and then we kind of both just forgot that there was a return date. So I just kept using it and making some content, and
you got a little comfortable.
I got too comfortable, like, oh, maybe this just stays here, like.
Yeah, I can feel that. I mean,
yeah,
that's a device that
it's incredible. It's incredible.
I cannot blame you. Yeah.
I
can't blame you for getting.
Let me ask you, is it worth the asking price? Now that you had it and you enjoyed it, is it worth the? So me walking in the door and not having my hands on it, I'm like, nah, I don't know. But then like you had your hands on it, you play with it, you got to use it.
But really quick, I
That
want
being
to
said-
preface that question with like consider the price of the HX370 handhelds too, right? Because they're not cheap. You know, the entry on those are not low.
Yeah.
So
like I think if I had the extra cash flow for that, I probably would get it for my main editing PC. Like as of today, I probably wouldn't get it, but if you asked me like a week ago, I probably would, because there's another one that was announced that I think that's the one I want to get. I think you guys have it on the docket later, but yeah, that one, the Z13 though, like definitely, you asked me a week ago, that I would say it's worth it as long as you have the extra cash, because it's not a budget friendly device. That was my last review I did in my last video, which has been way too long ago, but about a month ago. That was the last review I did, and it is the most impressive device that I've ever tested on the channel. And as far as gaming, like it's kind of shocking what you can push out of it. Like hook it up to my monitor and I'm playing 4K. Not high, not like ultra settings, but I can play at 4K comfortably, which is just wild considering it's just a tablet,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that HX395 is impressive to me. It is very, very impressive.
Well, that whole device, the panel that they put on that thing, I mean, everything about it just screams incredible. I mean, I want one. I don't think I'd ever.
When Asus does something premium, they do it. You know, they don't half step. No, they don't. They really have they've made a name for themselves for making very nice premium devices. I've had quite a few ROG laptops, and I can say, even though the last one that I had, I kind of had, I think it's just technology. I think it's where we are today with manufacturing and wanting everything to be done quick and as cheap as possible. It's just they're not lasting as long as they used to. Maybe it's the capacitors or something. I'm not sure. I can't pretend I know, but I just know that they're not lasting as long as they used to. Maybe I could do a little bit better with like just doing the thermal paste over and stuff like that after quite a bit of time, like a year, after like 2 years or something. But I mean, I can say like their hardware is impressive. Like I remember, actually, on a side note, really quick, they had made I remember being so amazed by this, but Asus had made a laptop that had like a dual panel, like it had a panel up top and then it had a panel in the keyboard. And I was just blown away, dude. I was like, man, this is so cool, dude. Like they're so innovative. They're coming with ideas and they're putting them forward. And yeah, that laptop was $3,500 around the time when I seen it. But still,
that's what they were. Really, I saw them in Micro Center. Cool, they were like $3,000 or something nuts like that. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. You guys need to go to CES. Like that's where dreams come true. Like they have so many.
Cool. I so want to go. I want to go.
Yeah, I was invited to the last one, actually by a buddy of mine. He has a channel called Play Retro, and he had gotten, I don't remember who it was, one of these mini PC manufacturers. Maybe it was B-Link. Maybe it was B-Link. I might be wrong, but they were paying for him to go. And he was like, hey, I have my buddy Too Loud. I would like for him to go with me. Would you mind covering him? And they were like, sure thing, dude. We'll cover him as well. So I had the opportunity to go, but it was like a week ahead of time. And I just didn't have time to get everything situated at home with my kids and everything. We were literally just moving here to Missouri and trying to get everything situated with school and doctors and everything. So it wasn't able to happen, unfortunately. But I do look forward to hopefully going this next one around. Because that type of stuff has always interested me, just being able to go out there and see the new stuff. I know they even show off stuff that sometimes never even makes it to market. Like that's your only time to see it, so it's like, that's pretty cool to me. I've always been interested in that stuff. And I love tech, dude. It's not only about handhelds. Like I love tech in general. That's why I named my channel Too Loud Tech. I didn't name it Too Loud Retro or Too Loud Handhelds. Like I love tech across the board. So that type of scene is all for me all day. But anyways, so as far as you're using your handheld for your desktop, and I saw that you use one with an eGPU. I've been wanting to get into the whole eGPU thing. Do you have a recommendation?
Yeah, you want give me 1 sec.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, that's something that I've been really wanting to get into. I want to get my big old tower off my desk. I feel like I have a 7900 XT, and I feel like if I could just eGPU that with the Ayaneo 3 being that it has the Oculink port, I think that would be really cool.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I didn't realize that one had an Oculink port. I thought it was those. I just assumed they're all USB-C now. You know what I mean?
So,
like the USB 4.0.
This is the eGPU that I use.
Okay.
It's from Morphine. It's the Morphine G1. As you can see,
nice.
It's tiny.
Yeah, what's in it?
It's a 4080M.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's small.
So,
wow.
That's what I was gonna say. Such a tight package, dude.
As I got my little TomTalk bag, I just literally tuck it in here. Grab my F1 Pro. And when I'm at my night shift, like I said, I just need to be there. It's like a night, like sleep shift. Sometimes I'll stay up a little bit later and I'll basically plug in the eGPU because it's so portable, and I'll play like everything maxed out. Because on the 1080p screen, like it's gonna, like literally every game I've thrown it, I've maxed out. Even I was running, running Cyberpunk with path tracing and
same TomTalk, dude. Same TomTalk.
Every one of us has like a TomTalk bag.
I want to be like okayest gamer when I grow up.
Yeah, and the TomTalk bags are great.
Well, they are. They are.
I'm really interested in them.
Okay.
I'm really interested in eGPUs, but I just don't know if I really have a use for them because I just built a new computer in February, and I have the what is this, the 9070 XT, the new card that Radeon released, and so I don't really know if I have a use case for it. I want one, but then I'd just be buying it just to say that I have one. I probably would never use it, and then I'm just like, kind of.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it depends. Like in your situation, it makes sense because you're using them as primary. I'm not. So I mean, but I think I'm fascinated by them. I think they're so cool, and the fact that that's got a 480M in it, and that thing looks like it's the size of like two Yoo-hoo boxes stacked together.
It's smaller than my phone as far as like the length, and it's about as wide as my phone. It's just like a little thicker, obviously, but
that's amazing.
Yeah. It's wild what you could pull off with it. Like I've been working on a video for it. I had put together most of it right before I started doing the home renos. So that's on my list to finish up. But definitely, I would say my most used accessory that I use for handhelds is this eGPU. Before that, I was using the 1X GPU and the 1X GPU 2, but this one's definitely a step forward from that, like just going from AMD to NVIDIA, mostly with ray tracing. Like you can just crank that up, where on the AMD side, like that just kills it. So
yeah. So really quick, Michael Benny asks, with an HX 370, do you even need an eGPU? I think that's a solid question, especially for people who are not using x86 a lot. I'll let you answer this. I mean, because I know you have a lot of familiarity with the eGPUs and the HX 370s.
Sorry, was that me?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay, I didn't hear that. So okay, yeah, no, I would say it really depends what you're looking for. Like if you're just using it as a primary, like what I'm doing, the eGPU definitely will get you that extra mile, right? Like I would say that the performance I'm getting is, I don't know. It's hard to equate how many times better it is, but it is numerous. Like I have a 4K monitor that I have at my desk, and pretty well every game that I've played, I've maxed out or had it almost maxed out with the eGPU, where if I plug in with just the HX 370, we're looking at like 1440p if you're lucky, and that's at lowest settings, and frame generation, like you'll have to use all the extra things to get you there. But with the eGPU, like really depending on what you have, because eGPU could be what I have here with the 4080M, it could be a 4060, could be the what do they have in the 1X GPU? I think it's the
7600M.
Yeah,
7600,
and then there's a 7800 that you can also get with the 2. you could also build your own. Like it's so variable, like what the experience will be. But yeah, really, I think it's if you're looking at having like a situation like mine where you just want that extra and you're near a power outlet, like definitely I think it's worth it. You will, as soon as you say that though, you're gonna get everyone telling you just get a laptop, bro. Like that's typically
always
get a laptop, bro.
But we don't want a laptop, so that's why we get a handheld.
Right. Yeah,
like, I'm sure we all are familiar that laptops exist, right? Like so I actually have a question related to Michael Benny's question. How does the HX370 with an eGPU like that 4080M stack up in comparison to just like the Flow with the 395?
It destroys it still. Like if I'm playing with, let's say, and it really depends on, destroy is maybe a little bit much, but if I was playing, let's say, Expedition 33 for an example, like it's actually kind of a heavy game. And,
it is.
With the Flow, I was getting like, what was I getting? Like 30 FPS with like medium. Sometimes I turn on, I think, a high settings, but with
4K res,
that was at 1600p.
1600p. Okay.
Yeah, when I was using the eGPU with my HX370, then I'm playing at 4K, and it's like, yeah, I'll do like one setting down, and I'll get like close to 60 FPS. So, when I was at,
it is quite a bit of difference.
Yeah,
it is quite a bit.
Yeah, it's quite a bit different. I mean, I guess you're never really going to be able to compete with the standalone GPU versus
dedicated GPU.
So, so I get that 100%. That's a really good question. You guys want to talk about some of the cool stuff that's going on right now? I have
really quick. Actually, I have one more question in relation to eGPU before we move on. And a lot of this, man, I'm digging for myself, guys. So I'm really like I'm interested. So I'm asking questions that pertain to me, but I know others may have these same questions. So with the eGPU, when you're saying like you're going to work and you're connecting it to your handheld, and now you're getting more frames, so you can actually benefit on the on screen, on the built-in screen. You don't have to have an external monitor to benefit from that.
No, it'll push it direct. Like you do get a little bit better performance when you do connect externally. Just do that bandwidth. Like you don't have to, like it doesn't have to go both ways. Like it's basically like the video out doesn't have to travel back to like whatever. I'm probably butchering the technicality of it.
I get what you mean.
You do get less bandwidth and therefore a little bit less performance, but it's not like dramatic. I did a video. Oh man, when was that? No, this is in my imagination. I intended to do a video comparing the on-screen versus the external, but I do remember there was definitely a difference. Like it wasn't like where it's like, what's the word here? It wasn't like substantial enough that you would like never play on the handheld, but it was like a few percentage, I think, like 5%, 10%.
Hey, Michael,
well, that's awesome. I feel like that's pretty substantial. No, I've learned like to measure any gains as substantial. So if like like I was playing Doom: The Dark Ages on the F1 Pro, right, and I was playing it at with this thing cranked up, and I was enjoying it, and I think it was too loud. I was like, well, turn it down to 900p and see what happens. And my FPS, because I was getting like 40 FPS at medium settings or something like that, and I use FrameGen. I, like you, am a fan of FrameGen. And actually, let me tell you about FrameGen. So I was like all for FrameGen, and it was too loud. We're having a conversation, and he brought some knowledge to me. I still am a huge fan of FrameGen, but he's like, well, if you just accept FrameGen for what it is, then these companies, the prices are going up on these games, and they just keep going up. So we're going to keep paying more for less because they're going to expect you to use FrameGen to make the games work right. Do you remember having that conversation with me when we talked about that?
Well, basically what I was saying, is like for instance, Monster Hunter Wilds, like they're not going to spend as much time optimizing the game for just rasterization performance. Like they're going to expect you to be using these AI tools, which, a lot of people, I mean, we're in a crowd of like, we're on the latest and greatest. But if you
Mhm.
look at like Steam hardware statistics, like a lot of people are still using 2060s, 1060s, maybe not 1060s, but 2060s, 3060s, things that don't have this leverage, right? So if we're gonna allow ourselves, like I love frame gen, I'm gonna use it, especially on these handhelds, right? Where
Yes, every
we're
time.
really gonna benefit from it. But I don't want game devs to rely on that. You know, like I don't want game devs to be like, well, I optimized it enough to where you get 60 with frame gen on. That's not good enough. Like optimize it enough to where I get 60 without frame gen, and then frame gen bumps me up from there. You know, and I'm not saying like, you know, I know, you know, different cards are gonna perform differently, right? But just saying, like, I would hate to see the optimization in that field go to like relying strictly on frame generation and not so much as far as just rasterization. Because I think it's really important to still have performance, even if you don't have access to these latest and greatest features like FSR or frame gen or
And I agree.
DLSS or, you know, so
I think
that's what
back
it
to
was to me.
what I was saying to OK's point is that I think any game. So when you have that, like I was running my, Doom on my F1 Pro, I was getting like 40 frames, and then you were like turn it down. Remember, we turned it down to 900p and it shot up to like 50
Yeah.
frames. For me,
Mhm.
that's like I feel like that's substantial. I think it's huge, even if it's just 10% or 5% difference. It increases and it might not even feel like it's different in the gameplay, but just the fact that I see it up in the corner and my FPS shoots up, I'm all excited that I'm giddy about it. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I'm a giant dork, so I get excited about all that stuff. I don't know
I
how you guys
actually
feel about it.
I discovered a life hack recently that
Uh-huh.
after I've tested and I optimize, I just turn off the graph and my life is a lot better. Otherwise, I'm
I don't
looking
know if
at
I
it
can
all
do
the time.
that, man. I don't know if I can do
I'm
that.
looking at it, I'm like, damn it, I'm getting like 54, not 60, or I'm like,
Yeah, you're over worrying it, and like what you're feeling, you wouldn't know if the graph wasn't on, right? Like,
Right.
so I do the same thing, right? Like I leave my graph on all the time, and sometimes I'm just like staring at the graph. Like, does it matter if the game feels smooth, if it's running great, even if it's at 40 frames?
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? Why do I care so much? So I agree. I think that's an awesome solution. Turn your statistics off. You don't need to
once you've
watch them.
optimized, then it's great. Unless you're doing testing, like half the time I'm gaming, I'm testing, so it is on. But
Yeah.
sometimes you just want a game, which is, yeah, it's nice to just game, like listen to the
Yeah,
story.
because then if you got the graph up, you just find yourself keep going in the settings and tinkering some more. Like, let me try turning this down. You're
Yeah.
never getting any game time, dude. So yeah,
That's
I
why I
get
love this
that.
That's funny.
eGPU. I just plug it in and it's maxed out, and I don't worry about it because I know I'm way
Yeah.
above 60. So
Oh, dude.
What's your
Yeah,
what's
you're
your go-to
selling me.
game?
what's that?
If you guys don't know, before you answer that, Okayish has a second channel, right? And he's called Okayish Gaming, and I think it's brilliant because he shows the B-roll from his videos that he makes when he's playing the game. So it's just a channel he's got of just his game footage, which I think is so cool, man. And I know, like I've watched, like when you were doing the what's the Night Rain, the new expansion
Oh,
for
Elden Ring. Yeah.
I saw the Elden Ring on there. I saw the Doom because I was like a huge Doom fan. What's your go-to game right now? What's the game you're enjoying the most right now?
So my wife and I have been playing Expedition 33, so that's been our go-to, like when we game together. When I'm not, because I can't play it when she's not around, because we don't want to skip the story together.
That's awesome.
Story's
That is
so
awesome.
good. It's so good.
Yeah, lately I've been for some reason I picked up Death Stranding again, and I'm like, you know what?
Never played it.
I'm gonna muscle through this grind.
The running simulator.
Yeah, that part of it. So I just got past that.
Yeah.
So I was actually playing on my Switch too a little bit, like for a while. I got this, like, I don't know why I did this, but I was playing the new Donkey Kong game, like what's it called? Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah.
And I started destroying a bunch of the level, and I'm like looking at it, I'm like, man, I probably destroyed like 10% of this level. I'm like, how far can I take this? So I think I
That's
just
the
kept
cool thing
smashing
with it.
things, gathering all the resources, right? And just mindless thing to do for a few minutes when you get home from work, right? And so I did that, and I think I had probably like leveled about like half of a stage. Like I was actually, I didn't know whether to be concerned or proud, but And then I left it for a bit, and my Switch died. The battery died, and I lost it all. And I'm like,
oh no
"Okay,
way!
now we're just beating levels. We're not smashing things."
No, dude,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's awesome, though. That's something that I would probably do. Just find myself just tearing up the level, trying to see how much can I leave it with no level. Like,
That's what I was
Yeah.
going for.
where's the
It's,
limit? Like, you know.
So we're at 3 different stages here. So my oldest son played through Bonanza, and his intent was not to do any upgrades, not to do anything, just to play with how you run the game stock with just 3 lives, and that was his intent. So he did it. He got a lot and he burned through. My wife is just playing the game as it comes, and then my kid brother is doing what you're doing, and he is destroying everything. He's just leveling every. I mean, he's just down to the bedrock in every single level, and he spent hours and hours on it because he's just taking the time to destroy stuff. I don't know what the gold is at. I don't know what's at, but it's like some astronomical number. And I haven't had a chance to play because between the 3 of them, there's no time for me to play. I play for about 15 minutes of that one. So yeah, have you played that one yet, Too Loud, or no?
No, I did have full intention on picking it up. I mean, when I mean, for those who know me really close, I don't go out all the time. I don't really like going to the store that often. When I do go to a store, it's like an outdoor store. They don't sell video games. I'm like looking for camping gear or stuff for 4-wheelers or just fishing stuff. So I haven't picked it up. I mean, that's no excuse. I could order it on Amazon, right?
Right.
But I don't want to buy it digitally. I don't want to.
I do it all digital.
I know, but you have your reasoning for that, right? And I respect that.
Yeah.
For me, I actually I got my Switch here tonight. So I'm sitting here, and I've been collecting my little Switch ROMs, my cards, and actually I'm noticing my kids are stealing some. So I've been collecting my cards, and I just like having the physical card, dude. As long as I can get them, I'll continue to buy them physically. But I guess it's a thing, like a thing in this space, right? Like we get so many new devices. I haven't touched it in a while. Like when I first got it, I was playing it every single day consistently, enjoying it, having a blast.
You went back to Breath of the Wild, right? Did you?
Yeah. But then I got this thing, and it was like, oh, new, shiny. Oh, I need to, mess around with this now. So, but honestly, right, like Windows is my platform of choice, right? So I'm gonna gravitate toward that anyway, because it has everything that I like to play. I could play everything, including, I mean, some of the stuff for this, right? So,
right.
I haven't played it as much as I have, and I keep putting it on my nightstand every night. I put it on there, like I'm gonna play some before I go to bed. And then I just pull it out of the bag, put it on the charger, let it charge up full, then put it back in the bag again, and I don't mess with it again. I do want to play Bonanza though, because it looking at it upon release was like, dude, this is awesome. It's kind of like
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Like a big. And I love the Donkey Kong franchise, except for like the originals, like the way old schools, like Mario versus Donkey Kong. And I know that's blasphemy to some people, but like that was not my jam. Like I like Donkey Kong Country Returns, all of this stuff all the way through. So yeah, I do plan on picking it up and playing it. Maybe sometime, hopefully sometime before the new Pokemon ZA comes out, because I know once that one comes out, that will get all of my Switch playtime. Hopefully, if it's good. If it sucks, I'll probably still play through it. Who am I tricking? But yeah, that's it, dude. I haven't played it yet. I do want to though. It looks gorgeous.
You play Pokemon games, Trevor?
No, not really.
Neither do I. Don't worry, we're in the same boat. No, I keep trying. I tried the other day to play Pokemon Unbound. 15 minutes, and I was drooling because I was falling asleep. I was so bored. I just can't do it. Like 15 minutes in.
Dude, you play
86 guy. Listen, me and Trevor are the same age. Okay, I don't really know that.
You and Trevor are not the same age. You invented fire. Trevor clearly hasn't been here that long. Like,
I'm probably
you're
older
carving
than
wheels.
you think.
Yeah. I'm
What
50.
was your first?
Okay.
Hold on.
Ah.
Okay, so here we go. Without pulling the cat out of the bag, what was your first console, Trevor? Of the
NES.
of NES. Oh no, you're definitely not close to Jedi. NES was my first console, dude. This dude, he invented consoles.
Oh my
Like,
god.
he's been
Oh
around. No,
god.
man. He played everything.
2600. A 2600 was my
Yeah.
first console.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So, and I think I know the answer, but you prefer to game on Windows or you prefer to game on Steam? Because these guys, they're actually having a good side conversation here in the comments. They were talking about Windows versus Steam OS. Do you like Steam OS at all? You're a Windows gamer too, or what?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I like it depends what I'm doing. Steam OS, as far as just picking up and playing, like it's
Mhm.
great because there's not
Mhm.
you don't have to deal with too many Windows shenanigans. But
Mhm.
I've also mentioned before I'm a eGPU guy, so with that, that's where I'm kind of limited with
Yeah.
Linux. So then that's why I've kind of stuck with Windows. Yeah, like, but if there was no like compatibility challenges with eGPUs and other things, Linux is just a lot easier. I am kind of curious, like,
Do
what
you
this
like Game
new.
Pass or any of that kind of stuff? Or
Yeah, I've got Game Pass.
yeah.
I don't know if you know about I got another life hack for you guys. You buy the original ROG Ally, and within before 90 days have passed, your your SD card slot's gonna fry, so you bring it back, and then you get another one, right? Now you got another what is it, 90 days or 30 days? I think it's 3 months, 90 days of Game Pass, and then give it a month, it's gonna fry again, so you return it, get another one.
Oh,
I
dude,
think I
yeah,
got
you're
like
right.
a
You're
legit
getting Game
year out
Pass.
of
That's all. That's actually
1
pretty
year
good.
from Ally devices from returning them because they kept breaking.
Insane, insane,
That's
dude.
So I actually got a buddy's Ally sitting here next to me, and that we're gonna upgrade the hard drive for him because it was like 92 days in his SD card reader fried and destroyed his 1 terabyte card and everything. So I
Yeah.
get that.
That sucks, dude. Especially when you get
So
into those
both.
heavy SD cards like that,
Oh
like a
yeah,
terabyte or a terabyte and a
yeah,
half.
it was, and it
it's
wasn't.
like,
I think it's still in there. I'm pretty sure it was like a Samsung Evo terabyte card too. It wasn't like a
oh,
cheap.
so it wasn't even like yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a
that's
good
crazy.
card.
There
Yeah.
is a new card. It's like a mini SSD that Win5 has, as well as that new 1X player device,
Okay.
the Super X. It's like it looks about the size of a SIM card, but it's 3,000 megabit per second read and write, so
Wow.
decent.
Wow.
Yeah, so that'll be something that they
And
should be showing soon.
it's removable.
Yes.
Is it the same size as
Literally with like
micro
a
SD
SIM
card?
card slot. You'll see soon more information
Wait,
come out.
is it like the Micro Express or whatever they calling it for the Switch 2?
Faster.
No.
Oh, okay.
The Win5 has it as well, I believe. So it's some new tech. I'd never heard of it before these two devices. So I'm kind of curious to see, because I think, like, I don't know about the Win5 for sure, but the 1X player, what is it called? Super 1X or something, or whatever. Super something. That one is gonna have a 2280 plus this slot. So
That's awesome. I'm curious what the price point of something like that's going to be, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, dude, you're getting
storage is never cheap, right?
Yeah.
Getting up there. And no, if he's talking Win5, I'm assuming you're talking the 395.
Yeah.
Win5, yeah. We're talking. Come on, dude. These things are already 1,500 with HX 370. So
yeah, no joke.
Well, and I don't know what it's going to cost you guys are in the US?
Yeah,
because I don't know what's happening with that. I guess it's paused right now, your tariff situation.
90-day extension.
China. Yeah. So
we'll see.
Maybe they'll launch it within that 90 days and you'll get it cheaper.
Maybe. That's while we're on this topic, let's talk about some of these other things that are coming out. Well, first off, we talked about this before we started. If you guys haven't seen, I'm going to pop this up on screen real quick. Do you guys see that So Lenovo dropped the price of the Legion Go S. Now this is the Z2 Go one, but it's the 32 gig Windows variant. They dropped the price. It was what was it? It was like 750, 740 or something like that.
730, I think
730
730
US.
I believe.
Yeah, and now they dropped the
Yep.
price of 500, which is more in line with what you're expecting. Now, even Trevor said it earlier, and he's got this device, and I've seen him talk about it, and that he enjoyed it. This one is what'd you say it was? The cousin that just doesn't fit in? Is that what you called it?
This one's the Z2 Slow Edition. Like it's
The Z2 Slow Edition.
Z2 slow.
It can't keep up with the Z1 Extreme version for sure. Like
Yeah.
I love the Lenovo devices. Like the ergonomics in this thing is great, and like there's a lot to really love about it. But as far as that chip, like it's not keeping up with the 6800U, which is from how many years ago, right? Like my first device, 2022, I got the AOK Zoe.
Yeah.
And that will outperform this by a little bit. So
wow. So question, because I've never I knew that this was not a chip for me, so I wasn't gonna waste my money. But I've never seen a comparison. How does this stack up to the Z1 not extreme? The non-extreme Z1, like the Ally had in the original Allies. They had a Z1 and a Z1 Extreme.
I think
still less performant.
Depends if you're on SteamOS or if you're on Windows. I think also makes.
I didn't think about that. I just assume Windows.
It's actually surprising how much of a bump you get going to SteamOS on this particular chip. Yeah, I had tested. Which game was it now? I think it was a Grand Theft Auto 5, and or no, which one was it now?
Is that SteamOS compatible again? Because I remember for a while everybody was like all upset because GTA.
It's compatible.
Okay.
This one directly compatible, so it's like built in, like it'll recognize it as like a.
Well, no, I was talking about G2.
GTA
because
the campaign.
Yeah,
is. The multiplayer is not. I don't think the multiplayer is, but the campaign.
Yeah, I think campaign.
Okay. Yeah, I know that you can go ahead and get the SteamOS for this model here because they make the exact same model basically with SteamOS. Our buddy at Team Retro actually put it onto his device, and he was having a hard time. And I said something to him. He was like trying to use like the original Legion Go version and put it onto this device. And I was like, dude, why don't you try the SteamOS version from the Go S? And he was like, oh, I don't know why I didn't think of that. And then he did it and it worked out great. So, and I did hear there was a bump in performance. So, I think for me, like when I'm not a Steam guy, and I did put it onto the Legion Go, the original Legion Go, and I tested it out, and I was pleasantly surprised. I had a Steam Deck for like a year, maybe a little bit over 2 years ago now. And I enjoyed it. When I first got it, I was like, dude, this is the best thing since sliced bread. I was so excited. It was super cool. I was playing my Warframe on there and all kind of stuff. And but then I started to reach limitations of certain games with the anti-cheat and stuff like that because I really like first-person shooters. And I was like, oh, dude, I don't know. I tried to sideload Windows at the time. There was no drivers for the Steam Deck at that time. This was really early on. And it just ran like crap. But after coming back to Steam on the Legion Go, I was just like pleasantly surprised. I was like, dude, this runs really, really good. And I honestly changed my stance on SteamOS, and this is where I would say like SteamOS shines. If you have one of these like older or not, I mean like the Z1 Extremes, even the Z2 Go, like or any other device that has like 16 gigs of RAM or less, like there's no reason you shouldn't be on SteamOS. Like you should be on SteamOS. You don't need to be on Windows with 16 gigs of RAM because it's like what's up Handhelds United.
Oh, hey guys.
So I was thinking like there's no reason you should be using a device with 16 gigs of RAM on Windows, because if you guys look now, when I go into my task manager, I'm using like 7 gigs just doing nothing on the desktop.
Yep,
just 7 gigs of RAM just sitting there. And so when I used the original Legion Go on the SteamOS, I was like, man, this is awesome, bro. Also the time to game, just how fast you can get into a game on SteamOS. Their keyboard is second to none, dude. Like their keyboard, on-screen keyboard kills Windows on-screen keyboard. Also too, and I don't know if it was a placebo effect, but it felt like the haptics just felt a lot better in the Legion Go on SteamOS over Windows. it felt really it's really good, dude. So I enjoyed it, and I thought like, and my games were running better on there. So I don't hate SteamOS as much as I used to, but it still doesn't work for me as a daily driver.
So I've talked about this before. I'm a Windows gamer, and I think for me being a Windows gamer is different for other people as well. First off, time to game is a big deal for me, and Steam is unbeatable with that. But I don't just get my games from Steam. I have a decent Steam library, but I have a really decent GOG library. I got a pretty good Epic Games library. I actually play the games that you get off of Amazon Prime. I play all of those. I like Game Pass. I like all that stuff. Also, back to the same thing with Jedi. Always again, I like Wii mods. I like using Wii mods. I like using hacks and cheats and stuff in games, and you know what I mean. And I enjoy it. So, and Windows affords that to you, where it's Linux and SteamOS. You can do it, but it's a lot more work. So I kind of like I still gravitate towards Windows, and it's funny you're saying about the SteamOS being better and the hardware being older. So we just went on a family trip over the past weekend, and my kids are fighting over the Steam Deck, and I'm like, "There's a Rogue Ally right there. It's much better. It's got SteamOS on it." They're like, "No, we want this," and they're fighting over the Steam Deck, and I'm like, "Use the Rogue." I mean, nobody plays my iPhone Pro, so they have an Ally and a Steam Deck, but still they're fighting over Steam Deck, and I think there's just something about that device that just draws people to it. I mean, I think it's cool. I just
the Ergos, dude.
Yeah, the Ergo's nice. I mean, yeah, it is. So I don't know.
Steam Deck's controls are amazing.
Yeah, it's about time for those guys to pop up with a new device. They have to be.
I hope they
got
do
at least
really
be thinking
soon.
about it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so this thing right here for $500, I think so as you say, like it's like the one nobody asked for or whatever you said. Is it a recommended buy at $500?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm pretty cheap. Like I'm always looking for bargains and deals, and when I hear $500, like that's 500 USD. So for me, that's like $3,000 Canadian, right? So it's about $650-$700, right? So
okay. I know what you meant.
Yeah. For me, I look at the used market, and I know that's not a fair comparison, but when it comes to like having a device, the used market is fair. So I would probably gravitate more towards like a used ROG Ally or Legion Go, even better if you can get that.
But didn't they just drop the price of the regular Legion Go to $500 too? The one with the Z1E, the original
I'm not
Legion Go?
sure. If they did, that's the no-brainer for me to go for that one instead. Yeah. You're gonna get more
performance. I don't know if they dropped the Z1E.
Maybe I heard that, and then I was thinking that was the regular Legion Go, and it was this one. Maybe this what it was. The OG Legion Go. I don't know. Maybe but yeah, like but I'm same thing. I would go used market. Yeah, because I got my I got my I got my Ally from Tula. Yeah, I bought my Ally from Tula. Yeah, I bought it using it was it was like, I mean, it's different. He gets, "You're so good looking, Jedi. I'm gonna give it to you for free." I'm like, "No, I gotta give you some money." But I mean, it was still a good deal either way. But that's normal, right? Speaking of these handhelds, I want to show you something cool.
That's how that went down. I remember. Yeah.
That's exactly how that went down. So I don't know if you got to see this, Trevor. I know Tula and I were talking about it. Check this out. So this guy took a.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, he took a. What'd I do? I did go to Temu. What just happened there? Okay.
So we're seeing the screen you're wanting to show.
Okay. So this guy took a 4090 laptop and made a handheld out of it. He put a 12.5-inch IPS 4K screen on it. It's got RTX 4090. What does it has? It has like an i9 in it, 64 gigs of RAM. I was like, how freaking amazing is that? He put sticks on it. Looked like a giant Legion Go, man. How cool was that? And he's running Windows. He's not running Steam, by the way.
I've heard people call this one the Legion Stay because that battery is going to last about half an hour.
Oh, you think it's going to? I don't even know. That chipset out. Well, look, actually, on low settings.
Really quick. I want to. So while we're talking about battery and handhelds, I brought something with me tonight because I'm like I said, I'm always playing out here, and I get good battery life, right? Because HX 370, I don't feel the need to run it max 30 watts ever, really. I play 15, 17 watts, and most of the time I'm getting, just over 2 hours gameplay, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I don't want to be plugged into the wall. And when I mean plugged into the wall, I don't mean not plugged in at all, because we gotta have power from somewhere. So I've been finding myself lately, and I thought it was really funny, but lately I've been moving this thing around from room to room.
What in the world is that?
What is that?
Battery
This is the battery they made for the. This
is the segment where you move to
the
video sponsor.
That's the battery for the Win 5.
It's the battery
This
for the
video
Win
is
5
brought
right
to you
here.
by Stanley. And it's got this work site construction.
It's EcoFlow, and
What?
it's
What
huge,
in the world
dude.
is that?
It's huge, but it's
Is that one of your camping
1
battery
kilowatt.
packs?
It is.
Oh
It's
my
my
God.
solar battery pack that I use for camping, and it's 1 kilowatt. It's insane. Like, I could play my Ayaneo for 4 days without ever plugging it into the wall. But I just thought it was funny because I've had this thing sit. I've been moving it back and forth from my desk to by my nightstand, and
How
only
much does
because
that thing weigh, dude?
I don't know. It's pretty heavy, dude. It's pretty heavy for carrying it around.
That's hysterical. That is hysterical.
Possibly it can. Pun asked if it could sustain his sleep apnea machine for a week of camping. I mean, you would have to look at the wattage on that thing and what it's drawing. But this thing is 1 kilowatt hour. It's insane. I love it. I use it all the time. And this is unpaid. I bought this myself. I use it for camping, and I can power a ton of stuff on it. 1 kilowatt is quite a bit of battery. It could put out up to 2,600 watts, so quite a bit. It has two 140 watt ports, USB-C ports on it, and the rest has power plugs and regular USB-C. You could charge it with solar or from your generator. I mean, from your alternator on your truck or your car. Really cool product.
Trevor was just joking when he said it was a video sponsorship. He was just joking, but
yeah, no, it is not a sponsorship. It's something that I personally use, but I thought it was really funny because I thought it would be funny to mention that I've been using this as my portable battery pack for my Ayaneo 3, dude.
Oh my god!
Like,
that's
so
insane.
Yeah, I've actually been using that, and but it is awesome. But Pun, if you would like to know a little bit about it, just DM me. It's a great product. I do recommend it. Moving along.
Funny.
I'm sorry to
That's all right.
pull away
Well,
here.
we're talking about
let's
this.
move.
You want to talk
I want to move
about,
back to this really quick.
Oh, you want to go back to this?
Just really quick. So I wish that I was this capable, right? Of like taking a laptop and making something so cool out of it like this. Because I have a laptop that I would totally use for a donor to do something like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have a 4090. It has a RX 6800M with 12 gigs of VRAM and a Ryzen 9. But I mean, that thing would outperform. That would outperform everything. All the handhelds on the market still. Yeah. So, man, salute to this guy because that's really cool. It looks
his
really
sticks
clean.
And his D-pads. I mean, this is really well done.
I'm wondering, right? Like, is that like a shell for a Y700? Like, what does he use? Like, because it just looks too clean.
It's like, a 12.5-inch screen. That's got to be something that he.
Oh, okay. That can't be a Y700 then. It just looks
like
really
they
good.
probably
Good
would have
job,
done a lot of custom work. Like, have you heard of that channel, CNC Dan?
No.
He made his own handheld as well, where he shows the whole process of using like a CNC machine, basically custom making buttons, custom making like everything.
So cool.
So cool. I'm guessing something probably similar.
That is pretty freaking amazing.
I wish I had a CNC machine. But the best mine would be is 3D printed. But
I'm with you. I'm with you there on that. I dig it, but I don't know. I just thought it was super cool that he did this, and it's pretty. Imagine having a 12.
I mean, but look, if that guy chugs around one of these EcoFlows, it won't have to be the Legion.
Yeah, he won't have to worry about
it. Still go. Yeah.
Just have a
there
backpack
you go.
accessory that you drop that sucker.
The
in the
backpack better have a frame in it, like,
Yeah.
like
Kind of like Death Stranding. You can get one of those.
yeah, like one of those,
Stack up
dude.
like
Yeah.
6 equal flows and
Oh, that's
Oh
really
my
funny.
god. Your
That's really
knees will
funny.
buckle when you stack up 6 of those.
Along this train of these cool devices. So Trevor's question of the day was, "What device are you looking forward to the most?" Or what was? And let me get the exact wording. What was it? What was your most
Oh, I got it here.
anticipated upcoming hand? Okay, the most
Yep.
anticipated upcoming handheld. Right. So something that we had used before, and we just kind of added some other stuff to it. We made this graphic a few weeks back because we were kind of talking about this. This is because and this is right up your alley, Trevor, because this year's been kind of slow for the x86 the first half of the year, but the second half of the year, like with the Ayaneo 3 launching, it looks like it's a huge, like all the stuff coming out that's coming out the second half of the year. I mean, and these are kind of the ones that we kind of put together. Pun, here you go, buddy. Pun Live was just asking about the 477M. There you go, buddy.
He wants it at a good deal. So are you going to give it to him for a good deal?
I can't help you with that one. That part I can't help you with. But
yeah.
so we kind of put this list together. So something that we were just talking about, Trevor, there, I was just kind of thinking about, right? So the Legion Go S is $500, or the Legion Go S, the Z2 Go, where it's $500. You can look at this list here. We have a 7840U Orange Pineal that they're going to be releasing at about $500 with SteamOS on it, right?
oh
That's
man, they've been getting ready to release that one for like a year and a half now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They confirmed though. They confirmed that they would be coming out this year. So hopefully that we see it here this year, because I think I'm really attracted to it, especially at the price point. I would pick it up for $500.
Oh, it looks so cool. Who wouldn't pick it up? It's got D-pad, it's got pads on it. It's 7840U. I mean, it just looks so cool. I'm excited about that one. But I'm looking at this here, and even still adding the AI Max 395 Win 5, and we have the Ayaneo Next 2, and which I didn't add here is the new 1X player that Trevor alluded to earlier. We got a little video on that one there. But I'm still really like the 395 devices, like thinking about them is giving me anxiety, because I'm like, how expensive are these going to be? And if I spend $2,000 on a handheld and I get it and it just is not meeting my expectations, it's like giving me like pangs in my heart, like anxious, like how just heartbroken I'll be to get that guy and it just be not what I was expecting. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a big investment.
I think performance-wise, it will exceed your expectations. Performance-wise, it's the battery part that's gonna kind of tone you back. So
I feel like this question needs to be in two categories. Like, what's your most anticipated affordable handheld, and what is your most anticipated, like, in general, like, because kind of what you're saying, like these HX370, or sorry, not HX370, the AI Max 395, like these are going to be probably a couple thousand US.
Yeah.
Which it's a big investment. Like, they're already, like, we've seen handhelds kind of creeping up with time. Like, we saw an increase with the HX370, and we're seeing an increase with the Z2 Extreme, which is basically like a stripped down HX370. And with the 395, I mean, like, look at the flow, like $2,000, $2,100, I think, the starting point.
Yeah, and that's the starting point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said like, that had an 80 watt-hour battery, right? Like,
yep.
The which one was
that? I don't think you said it here today, but I was watching your video. So I think you said it had an 80 watt-hour battery, and it still chewed through it.
The Z, it was pretty bad. Like, once, like, I could have probably got better life if I tested with what's it called again, G Helper, but I wanted to kind of show what you'd get out of the box, not with too many optimizations. G Helper, you could probably increase that, but we're looking at like an hour and a bit, an hour and a half if you're in silent mode, and if you have the brightness at, let's say, 50%. But I would say that these handhelds, like I don't know what the Ayaneo Next 2 is going to come with. Like that's probably going to be quite some time before we see that.
Yeah,
Like before we see it actually ship. They're probably going to, I don't know, 80, 90 watt hour would be my guess. Probably whatever the
I would
the
hope.
limit is.
I would hope. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say I would probably be most excited for out of those the Ayaneo Next 2 if we're looking at an actual handheld. Maybe the Win 5. Like it really depends on have they changed those joysticks to be a bit bigger. Like that's kind of my complaint.
So sorry, I'm laughing at the comments. I can't, dude.
Yeah. I would say like for 395 device, like I am looking forward to that. It's not really a handheld, but looking forward to that 1X player one just to maybe replace my X1 that I'm using for video editing and G1. So but for affordable devices, definitely the Legion Go 2. That one I got to see it at CES and it was beautiful display, very comfortable.
Hey, one of those 1Xs you named, is that the 1X laptop?
Yeah, that like what is it called? Like Super X or some.
Yeah, I have a video for it, and I was gonna let Trevor
No,
speak to that.
not the new one coming. I meant like the G1. Is that the laptop, the one with the removable keyboard?
Oh yeah.
Is that the
Yeah,
G1?
I have that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I really considered to pick that up. You remember Jedi? I really was on the fence about picking that model up. Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. It's the keyboard is pretty small, so don't expect to be like writing an essay on it. But as far as like using it as a handheld, like it's more comfortable than it has any business being. But it's not going to be as comfortable as like the F1 Pro, obviously, because like it's the different form factor. But definitely not uncomfortable.
Nice.
So yeah,
okay.
I think that's been like the universal.
I'm still talking about the 395s, and so I don't know if you remember, Trevor. I reached out to you probably a month ago because I was thinking hard about getting the AOKZO A1X, right? Because I had. Do you remember us having that conversation where I was like asking you questions about it? Because the MSI Claw 8 got me like I really like the 8-inch screen and the 80 watt hour battery, and I like that F1 Pro, but I think the A1X is a little bit more what I've gotten used to with the bigger screen and the 80 watt hour battery. So I was, I don't remember I was harassing you again, asking you questions about it. And the same thing, he's really nicely telling me, all right, back off, Junior. You know what I mean? All right, just pick one and leave me alone, right? So, but I'm with you. Yeah, he was like, yeah. And after a few minutes, he's like, yeah, I think you'll be good with that. Just stop DMing me. I'm like, okay, all right, thanks. So
fair.
But I think Too Loud has me really waiting on this Legion Go 2. I'm fascinated by the idea of these guys turning off a couple cores just to increase performance or to increase battery life. And the fact that the Legion Go 2 is touting having VR and OLED and a 74 watt hour battery. I mean, if that's the case, that thing is, checking every box. And I'm really kind of excited to see what they do with that. And of course, the price point. So I think for me, that's the one I'm really looking forward to. The 395 devices, they look so cool, but I'm really intimidated by them. I'm not sure what to expect out of them. I mean, I don't, we'll have to see. I'm going to have to wait for my buddy in Canada, Manitoba, Canada, to get one and see what he thinks of it. You know what I mean? And watch his review first before I spend that kind of money. Because I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to go drop that kind of money on that. Because that's more than my PC. Right? So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be expensive. My hope is that I can get a loaner unit to do a review because that is outside of my typical budget as well. But hopefully I can test one and then at least share some opinions. But I may end up buying one. We'll see. I'll put aside some money for one. I've got so many handhelds that like it's truly an addiction. So I wouldn't be surprised if I do something stupid and end up buying one or two of them.
How many you have now?
For me, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, how many handhelds do you have? What's your count at?
God, I don't even know. Probably 20, high 20s.
Oh,
high 20s.
Okay.
You're talking x86s.
Yes. Yes.
That's insane.
Wow.
I have 3, 4.
I don't have a problem. I have a channel.
Yeah.
I feel that. That's my thing too.
That's a good answer.
Creator. Yeah.
That's a great answer. I love that.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling myself anyway. So
Yeah. So for me, I mean the Legion Go 2. Yeah. That's the one that checks the boxes for me. I love the Legion Go 1. Also 2. I'll probably, if I can, I'll probably pick it up and pick up an extra set of the controls so that I could put it on my Legion Go 1. But yeah, like Jedi said, the VRR with the OLED, the 74 watt hour battery. I love the versatility of the Legion Goes, being able to take the Joy Cons off and just use it as a Windows tablet, walk around, dock it, do whatever. It seems like it's going to be the one that comes with the most RAM as well out of the Z2s, because I believe this one's coming with 32 gigs if reports are accurate. So I think the Legion Go 2 for me, and if I had like, it wasn't a big thing. I mean, I might just be wild. I don't know. Maybe Ayaneo next too. But I don't know what anybody else is coming with. I know as soon as we said it when GPD started speculating the 395 stuff, and we said like all the boutique stores are gonna start with 395s. They're not gonna let just GPD do it. So I got to see what else comes out of that. And I mean, the other one that kind of has me actually a little bit interested. I probably still won't buy it because she's so damn ugly. But the Xbox Rock Ally, it does pique my interest.
I'm really fascinated by that thing. I kind of want it. I love those handles, man. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I said from the beginning, it's ugly, but I bet it's gonna be really, really comfy.
Yeah.
It looks like it. It looks like it's going to be really, really comfy. So, actually, and I want to share something really quick because I found it interesting. I don't know how many people got this email, but I got an email from Ayaneo actually on Tuesday, and it's it's regarding the Flip 1S. And I guess the header or the subject for the email was farewell to Flip 1S. Yeah, so I guess they're saying like, that there's going to be very, very limited after their Indiegogo campaign. And they're giving the reason is saying due to the high cost of the CPU. I'm guessing the HX370, but it's kind of weird because they're also making other handhelds with the same CPU.
I'm gonna say due to the FOMO that they want to instill.
That's what came off to me, right? Was like you guys are just trying to sell more of them faster because they're not really moving as fast as they wanted them to. It is a cool device though, but I
look at these and when they talk about like limited edition devices, like to build up the FOMO, like what kind of idiot is going to pick those up? Just because it's limited edition and not be around for forever.
No, and if you watch his videos, what's great about it is that he does the same thing we do. He's like, yeah, this is my wife's device. This is my wife's handheld.
Yeah.
I've heard him blame his wife for that one a few times.
Our co-host has one of those as well. Lee, Handheld Hoarder. He has the same one, the F1 Pro Evangelion. He actually buys all the Evangelion products. So he has like all the 1Xs that have that theme going to it. But he's insane. Nobody should be like him. He's the hippie.
The correct face for him.
Yeah. So I'm interested, guys, because I haven't seen this 1X that you guys are talking about and have been alluding to.
You want me to pop up the video, Trevor? You want to talk about it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do that. So I'm not gonna put the audio on. I'm gonna put because this is a video that Clef put. I have no authority that the Flip DS keyboard did not sell well, and neither did the Flip 1S. I mean, is that a shocker? Right? Is it a shocker? I don't know. 1X Super. Yeah. So we're going to talk about the 1X Super now. Here. This is the video. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, Trevor. They popped this video up for like 10 minutes or something. And then they what they do. So they popped the video for like 10 minutes and then they pulled it down or something. Does that sound correct?
Yeah. Then they pulled it up. Like, I think they posted it, pulled it, and then posted it again on their channel. So I think it should be live again. Well,
Okay,
this is
'cause
like
when I looked earlier, it
9
wasn't there.
minutes.
No,
Oh,
this
this
is
is
no, it's
Clef's
only like a
take on
minute.
it. Okay,
Yeah, Clef's take on it,
makes
but
sense.
I muted it. I just kind of want to get your take on it. But let's pop it up real quick and just take a look.
For sure. Yeah, so like I could probably talk about it while we go through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit delayed on my end, probably because of just like an extra layer of lag here. Yeah, so the device is very much like, think of the Z13 Flow, like from what I can tell. It has the USB-A and the 2 USB-C on the side there. And that one slot that people were guessing was Oculink is not Oculink. It's that
Okay.
little that SSD I was talking about earlier, like the really high speed SIM
Okay.
card size.
Yeah. Here, let's see if we can see that. Where was that at? It was on the left side, right?
Yeah.
One thing I'll say
See
about this
if we can
device,
hang out.
just looking at it, it
Is that an
really
HDMI out, or is that the input we're talking about, Trev?
Oh yeah, there is an HDMI port.
that looks like HDMI.
I think it's on the possibly on the other side.
It really looks a lot like the Flow. And
Oh yeah, even the
does.
hinge
Being-
looks very similar.
being that the Flow exists, right? I would expect this to come in cheaper than the Flow.
It should
there's
be.
no way they can market this and it's more expensive than the Flow.
I'm pretty
Or
sure
even equal.
it'll be slightly less if I had to guess. The display, like I know the size, but I can't say it yet. But you know, not that far off the Z13. We'll just go with that. But we do have an AMOLED display, so that's going to be the big upgrade here.
Oh, it has an AMOLED. Ooh.
Yeah,
That's pretty
So-
awesome.
It's
Yeah,
nice to
that's-
see them doing this 1X because they've kind of built this whole ecosystem of like other products with similar like aesthetics or
Trying to catch
like
that.
body
they
types.
announced that
Yeah.
there's 14 already. I must have missed that.
Yeah. Gamer said that it was 14. That's the slot we're talking about right there? You see it? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the
It's
little
hard
mini
to
It's
see
very
on my
pixelated.
screen, but yeah, I think
Can
that's the
you
one.
Jedi, can you hit that cogwheel down on the right and turn up the resolution? Quality at the bottom?
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that.
I'm gonna teach you how to use YouTube right now, dude.
Yeah,
So
heck yeah.
this is your one and only
Is that
class.
any better? It still looks
Nope.
pixelated to me.
Still pixelated,
Yeah, I'm
but
pretty sure that's the slot though.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Yeah, this looks insane. I mean, this just looks so cool. I'm curious to see what the price point is going to be. So it's got a full size USB. Oh, that was it.
are they gonna do their controls with it like they do with their X1s and stuff?
It doesn't
I think
look
this
like
is
it.
just going to be a laptop. I mean, a laptop tablet type thing, like the Flow, just like Trevor was saying, right?
It's kind of funny. Like we've been like trying to bully them to make a device like this for a while in the server. So I just started like saying, "Oh, the X1 Max, great device coming out soon," and then everybody just kind of started talking about it. So we've been talking about an X1 Max for a long time, and then this is actually what they came out with. But we were trying so hard to get those controls, but it looks like they're going to be going with more of a tablet style.
I'm okay with that. Like, so I'm curious what you guys think, because I'm okay with something like that and just putting a good controller on there. I'm a fan of a good controller. Like everybody, I have my own preferences of what I like, but I'm cool with this being like a laptop and everyday use, and even something you can dock and do, and then just popping a good controller and gaming on it. Do you have how do you guys feel about something like that?
Yeah, like if they made an accessory that you could order that would be like kind of like those games, or what do they call it? Those ones that some people were using on the Flow. If they made one that was like specifically
like the
sized
G8s
for
and
it.
the G9s or the
Yeah.
with the extension
That's a pretty
brackets
good
and
idea.
stuff like that.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking an external control, but yeah, there were some of those wide ones. That's actually a pretty brilliant idea. I don't know how I feel. That might be too awkward. I don't know. You have to try it and see.
With my Z13, I was using my GameSir controller. There's one that I really like. It's the what do you call it? The
G8 Plus.
This one here. It's the What is it now? Cyclone 2.
Oh,
Mm.
I want to
Oh, and if you ever want to like make your controllers feel like 100 times better, get this like they call it lizard skin. It's like it's
lizard
so
skin,
premium
yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
I put that actually on my handhelds as well.
Yeah, I got the Cyclone too. I got the black.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, it's a great controller.
Yeah.
Jedi
like
has
the
a
texture
ton
on
of
the
them.
bottom.
So
I
he
got
also
like one or
collects
two.
controllers.
I got like one or two.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him.
So for me, when it comes to the controllers with this product, I mean, I get it. We have all these options for like telescopic controllers that we could put extensions on and stuff like that. I would have really liked to see like a first party controller set. Unless the software will still work with a third party controller, because I like to be able to swap between like keyboard and mouse mode and controller mode and having full control with that controller system. I know that Windows is somewhere down the line coming out with that whole Xbox Windows thing, and that will solve a lot of that. But it is nice to have the whole first party controller with having accessibility to all the buttons that you need in order to open up, like, I don't know what they call their UI or their tool, their companion app, but the 1X player companion window, and being able to control all of that with the controllers. And generally, I would assume that you wouldn't be able to do that with a third party as well.
You can.
Yeah.
As long as you can open up the menu. But so if you mapped Control Function Windows Alt, that will open up that window.
Oh,
Gamers,
okay. So you
Gamers Generation saying we can do it in 1X console. You can do those settings in there.
1X console.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sweet. Well then,
yeah.
Hey.
Sorry, just gonna say I'll be back in like 1 minute. Just gotta step out for a second.
Oh, no worries, dude. No worries. Yeah.
So I find that to be pretty cool, and I'm curious to see, what people are going to think of that like setup. I want to know what the price point of that device is going to be. I want to know what
I would, like I said, I would assume that it would have to come in under the cost of the Flow. Being that the Flow. Okay. Should we be concerned?
Gamer's been clowning him. He seems like he's our kind of people. You're gonna have to come on this show too, Gamer, because man, we're gonna have a blast talking smack, picking on Too Loud together, man.
I don't think he was picking on me, but
but I'll get him to pick on you. So I'm fascinated by this, right? Because right now I can admit in my current state I am all about 1X players, so I'm interested in this one again. But for me, it's going to come down to price point. Like, I want to know, are they asking Z1 Flow money here, or are they going to be like you say? And it is, I'm just memeing it for the HU server. Yeah, that's fair. Bring on the whole Handheld United crew. We'll hang out with all the guys. As long as you're able to talk smack, you can come on. So
yeah. Anyways, also too, we let the cat out of the bag earlier. We have Clef on next week, so
might as well get.
You might as well come. You might as well come too, because we're bringing in all the Handheld United people. It seems like. So, dude, like, I'm excited about it. I like tablet-like devices, especially if you have controls with them. That's one of the big reasons I like the Legion Go. Right, is because I can take the Joy-Cons off and I can walk around with it as a Windows tablet, use it for media consumption or just messing around. However, or just using it as like a little small laptop screen, with a mouse and keyboard. Like, we get those foldable Bluetooth keyboards with a little mouse, and I could prop that thing up with the kickstand and just be right there writing an article, or not an article, but a script for a video or whatever I'm doing. Yes, exactly. Something like that.
iPhone Pro keyboard.
I keep one of those in my Tom Talk bag. And
you have a
Tom
Talk bag.
You're such
a shill. You're such a shill with your Tom Talk.
I have a Tom Talk bag, but I don't carry it that often anymore. I carry my alpaca. So
super shill.
Just saying. Yeah.
Super shill.
I don't carry it that often. Not as I don't have a whole wall of them, like what
leave
people can see in the corner of your camera. No, it's literally in the corner of your screen, dude. You have a whole wall. Yeah, I bet. Turn your camera now. Yeah, you have a whole wall of Tom Talks back there, bro.
I mean, I'll shill Tom Talk. I've never earned a penny from it, but I'll shill them anyway.
Yeah,
Really good.
I got a
So
couple.
you guys have something. You guys have something in common though too, as because I heard you during your episode with Retro Handhelds that you collect consoles, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And so does my boy Matt here.
Couple.
You guys,
I have a couple. He's got ones that I don't have. He's got a master system. I do not have a master system.
Yeah, I've got like, I think almost not all the Segas, because there's like the Sega Nomad. I don't have that.
That's pretty rare, I think, too. Like that's pretty hard to get.
Super rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen one that I could have bought, but I was like, I could feed my other handheld addiction instead. So I yeah.
So like, do you still play them? Do you like still play your old consoles? Or is it more like a collection?
I mean, it's a collection now. Like I did play them for a while before I got into handheld PCs. Like I would, pull out the Super Nintendo or whatever and play some like Link to the Past. No, was that a Link to the Past? Yeah.
Link to the Past.
Yeah, I'll play some of that. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, classic.
Oh, Zombies Ate My Neighbors is so good.
Yeah.
Which one? So, which one was the one you found yourself pulling out the most often?
Probably the 360, because I never had a 360 back then. So then I was a lot of games I missed.
That's interesting.
So went through the Gears of War games.
I love Gears, dude. I love Gears.
Those are fun. Yeah. Played Alan Wake, the first one.
Alan Wake's good. Alan Wake is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. 360 was a good time. 360 was a really good time. Unless you got the Red Rings of Death, then it wasn't a good time anymore. Yeah.
So this one of my good segue to something about Trevor, but one of my like side hustles when I was younger was fixing the Red Ring of Death on 360. I got really good at the bootleg balling them with the heat gun and stuff, and I got really good at repairing them. And I'd buy like broken used ones off of like Craigslist and stuff for pennies and fix them and resell them for dirt cheap. And I had a lot of fun with that. And the reason why I says a segue to Trevor, so I don't know how much you guys that are watching watch his stuff, but he did a lot of his stuff initially was like repairs and stuff, right? You did a lot of like how-to guides and repairs and stuff. Yep. And we're talking about that because you have that in common with Tulot, because that's kind of where Tulot got his notoriety, is that most of his content, that's how I found him, was his tutorial videos and his, R36 repair guides and tutorials and stuff like that. So you guys got that really similar, because that kind of was your bread and butter that kind of got you guys into this space, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for both of you. Yeah. So interesting that, and I mean, I got into the space because I'm a giant nerd, and I'm always doing some off the wall stuff, and I take everything apart. And these guys are like, you should make videos.
It took some pushing. It took some pushing.
It took some pushing. Yeah. It took some pushing. And and then it just got tired of these guys hearing, you're so good looking, you should make videos. You're so good looking, you should make videos. And I just got tired of hearing it. So I started making videos. And even, I mean, I think that's why Trevor.
I don't remember anybody saying that. I'm going to say,
he was like, Jedi, you're annoying, but I'm only answering your questions because you're so good looking, and I get it, man. So it's,
Oh, dang. All right. I mean,
you're
so fascinated by this.
So, I mean, is this, you guys both similar? Is that kind of the thing that kind of got you going, is just helping people? Because that's kind of like for a lot of us, we like helping people because we're big dorks and we love sharing what we're doing, right? Is that kind of the big thing for
I've always done it my whole life. Yeah, I've always done it my whole life. Like everybody I know, they've always called me like, oh, I got a problem with something. Call Alex. So, they'll call me like, hey, how do I fix this? Or how do I do that? My dad, right? My dad all the time. Hey, son, how do I do this on my phone or like on my computer? Like, so I've always done it. I've had friends that I grew up with, like, like they're trying to figure out something on their console or stuff. Like, I've just always tinkered. I like tinkering, and it's always been fun to me. And it's always been fun to help people. I've always joked about like opening my own tech support, and charging everybody, like $5.99 a minute, right? Tech support on the phone. You guys got to pay me. What is this? What is this animal, Trevor?
How many is that? Because the other one is I saw a black tail.
I saw a way bigger tail that was as big as this thing. So
yeah, he's roaming over there. We have some cats. This one we actually we had one of our neighbors had found it. It was abandoned by its mom, like 4 days old. And so we bought some food and rescued him and then brought him to the shelter because we can't, feed every 2 hours. But they got me to name him. That was the problem. And then I named him, and then it was like, oh, no, I have to adopt him. So
you got to keep him. What'd you name him?
His name's Chewbacca.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
You're a man after my own heart. A man after my own heart.
Yeah,
I meant to say
Star Wars.
Sitting on the shoulder.
You a Star Wars fan?
Yeah, I like Star Wars. Our pets, like my dog is Leia. Obviously, this is Chewie, and that cat you saw before is Luke.
Did we just become best friends? We just became best friends. I think we just became best friends. Let me go get Leia from downstairs. I'm gonna go get my Leia. I got a pit bull.
No, don't go get Leia. We don't need Leia. We believe you have a Leia, bro. We don't need you to go get her.
Me and my BFF are talking. Me and my BFF are talking. Okay?
We don't need to go find her.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
We believe she exists.
I love it, dude.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh, that's great stuff, man.
Yeah, I left the door open, so they all just kind of swarmed the door because it's the one room that was closed, so they have to get in there.
Yep. I get that. Yep. I get that 100%. I get that 100%. Sidetrack. Did you guys see this thing about GitHub? Did you see that? The Microsoft.
Actually, I was just pulling that up. Go ahead and pull it up.
Holy Jesus! Look at this stuff.
Yeah, super.
Microsoft.
I don't know where it
is. Yep. Oh, I lost it here.
We were actually commenting that to him prior to getting on live. Pun says that he really likes your backdrop, top tier, Trevor.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Looks so good.
Yeah.
So apparently Microsoft has acquired GitHub. How crazy is that?
They gotta feed their AI, dude.
Yeah, and the thing is that, and it's funny you say that because you go to the GitHub website, and the first thing that's there now is you see there's a little link for Copilot. So, and along with the article, the CEO from GitHub resigned, and then somebody, on his Twitter said, "Hey, please tell me you're about to reinvent GitHub," and his response was just a wink emoji. I don't know if that's an indication or not. I don't know if this is going to get blocked, but I mean, this is pretty nuts, and this is interesting to see because they incorporated GitHub is now part of the core AI team. That was kind of a shocker to me. I don't know if you guys had heard about this. What are you guys thinking about?
Did you see that they just passed their 1 billionth repo on GitHub? There's a lot of data there. A ton of people's passion projects live there. It sucks, dude. It kind of sucks to see. This is what happens now, right? It's like huge companies, they buy whatever they want. It doesn't really matter. You could think like, oh, because this site's been here for so long, we could work with this and we could put our stuff here and have it secure so that we could have community projects and things like that. And then Microsoft just comes through and just buys GitHub just like that. And next thing we know, their AI is going to be taking all that code. That's a lot of lines of code on that website. A ton.
That's interesting.
Probably millions of lines, billions probably. I mean, if they have passed their billionth repo, like that's millions and millions of lines of code that Microsoft will inevitably feed to their AI's language model. And next thing you know, their AI will be the best coding AI there is. Because
interesting.
People are still better at coding right now, but if they get to feed all of this code to their AI, some coders will be out of a job sooner.
So some of these guys are saying that this has been going on in the works for a while, and that Microsoft has already had them, and they're just kind of folded them into the core AI team now. So, which I had no idea of. I had no idea of that. So that's interesting to know too. Interesting.
Okay. Well, I was reading the comment. Yeah, I'm not. I have to do a little bit more research into it. I'm not that aware. This is the first time that it's crossed me that I've seen it, and I see a
I'm
bunch
curious
of,
if that's going to
and
change
it must not be
anything,
that public because I see a lot of people on Reddit kind of torn about this whole thing going on. So I don't think a lot of people know about this. That Windows was or Microsoft was already owner of that.
Did not know that.
Mm,
That's interesting. So you use GitHub
very
for a lot of your
interesting.
stuff, Trevor? Or no.
I mean, yeah, like depends what I'm picking up, but I'm pretty on there pretty often. So
That's interesting. So I'm curious to
They're
see.
very interesting.
Hopefully, it doesn't impact anything, and we don't lose anything. And I mean, let's see. I mean, maybe, and I know there's some people that aren't fans of the AI, but maybe this just could turn Copilot into just a beast. Who knows? I don't know. It is what it
Who
is.
knows?
So
yeah, anything negative you say about AI, GG is gonna get offended. So
yeah.
Gamers
Oh,
Generation in the chat, yeah, he'll get pretty offended about AI stuff.
Why he
oh,
like? Is he a big fan of AI stuff? Is that what he does, or what?
That's his thing is AI.
Hey.
Okay, there's a joke behind it that you guys don't know. Me and him have both had the accusation that we're AI, or because before when I was faceless, because the editing I would do, I'd edit out the ums, I'd edit out the breath, I just like made it very quick. So then
Yep.
people are like, oh, it's just one of those AI channels, and so me and him have gotten that a lot. So
That's funny.
anyway,
So funny you say when you face this, because when you watch the Handheld United, GG always has the exact same headphones on, and he's always got the same thing. So I watched him
I
one
always
time.
thought he was AI.
Yeah, I said, GG AI. That's funny you said that.
I was just kidding.
I mean, I've never seen him in person, so I would say
Oh, he
there's
could
a
be
50%
AI.
chance.
It's just an
Oh,
annoying know-it-all.
dude.
That's why. Okay. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Oh my
Yeah.
god, he seems pretty funny. We were gonna have to have him on here. Maybe have all three of you on here at least, and just go wild with you guys. So I don't know Silicon Fox a lot. I know he's new to your team and stuff, relatively new, but I know you three seem like you're all a blast. We should have you all on, just go wild, and then all of us should sit there and pick on Too Loud. It sounds like a blast for me, man. Or we get Handheld Hoarder on him, we all pick on him. So
Yeah. How many
you
handhelds
feel
does he
me?
have to earn
I'm gonna
that
bite my
name?
tongue. I'm gonna bite my tongue.
It's I don't did he ever count? He was like 280 or something nuts like that or
Jesus.
something.
Lee, we're talking about Lee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Was it
Lee's
over
like
300?
yeah,
It's over 300.
just under 300.
Yeah.
Just under it. Like
Yeah.
maybe 385, 285 or
Yeah.
but he keeps getting more stuff. So he's probably over 300. He just doesn't realize it yet because
Yeah.
he literally gets multiple handhelds every week. So yeah, he's probably past that point now.
I see a comment. It's that up north accent you have. I'm not sure the content. That's probably me because I've got the people think
Where?
I'm from. It's a couple comments. That,
Oh yeah. It's the
yeah,
upload. Yeah,
I
that's
think like
funny.
people often say like I have a Minnesota accent, but um, I have to
Is it-
say like Minnesota's accent is just Canadian accent from Wish.com. You know they're copying us.
Canadian accent from wish.com.
Well, I call all of those, you're probably right because and all Americans that live on that southern border of Canada, they're just southern Canadians. Like
Yeah.
especially the New Yorkers, like just southern Canadians. I'm just kidding.
I actually
I was just
I went
joking.
for like I probably have more of an accent than I realize I do, but I don't think I have a crazy accent. But when I was out, I was getting some burgers, and this one guy, like the two of them, had the most stereotypical Canadian accent, like, "Oh, so I'm gonna go get that burger," and like just that very. And they were just like, it was like,
Do you try to talk like that, dude?
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
it was hilarious. Like they were definitely like the stereotypical Canadian.
Oh
That's really
man.
funny. That is really
Yeah.
funny. I dig it.
Yeah.
So what you got? What'd you say, Tula?
I was gonna say I haven't got to experience that a bunch because I'm from South Florida,
Mhm.
and we're basically our own country, and it's pretty crazy down there. But when I lived in when I was stationed at Fort Drum, New York,
Mhm.
I did get to experience a bit of Canadians, and they like to have a good time. just like us. So we had a lot of fun together, and I'll just leave it there because I used to get pretty wild drunk back in those days. And
I've always wanted to try the Molson, like the Canadian Molson. I heard it's so. I'm a giant dork. My favorite author is from Massachusetts, and he in all his books he always finds a way to make reference to how good the Molson beer is from Canada versus what we got here. And I've just always been fascinated by it. I want to try it. I don't know, maybe it's stronger or something. Maybe I'm just a dork. I don't know. But Pun Life said he wants poutine. I want Nanaimo bars.
I want poutine too. I ain't gonna lie, I want poutine. I do.
Poutine is it is great. It's amazing. Like I tried getting a poutine once because this one I was like really young. I didn't know that was not just a thing like in the US. So went to this restaurant in like Chicago and like, oh, can I get a poutine? They're like, the hell's a poutine? So I explained it to them. It's like, oh yeah, you have your fries, then you have your mozzarella cheese, and then you put some gravy on it, right? So they completely botched it. Like they microwaved the cheese so that it was like liquid and poured it on the fries and then added gravy. I'm like, it was the worst poutine of my life. I've never ordered a poutine anywhere from Canada.
Yeah, don't order poutine from America. I'll tell you.
Oh, I know better now. I didn't know back then, but.
So it's funny you say that because I thought it was cheese curds. I didn't know it was mozzarella.
Well, cheese curds is that's the best way. Mozzarella is like what usually restaurants often use. But
okay.
Cheese curds, we actually have like a cheese factory like a few miles from my house, and they make like the best cheese curds.
Is it in Wisconsin? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this one they call it Bothwell cheese. It's really good.
Yeah. Did you say that Manitoba's right in between North Dakota and South Dakota?
It's like
I'm teasing.
Yeah, Minnesota and North Dakota, like they're both basically like right. If I go straight south, I'm right. I'm basically ride that line.
That's funny. That's funny. New York Fries, a poutine chain, is unironically Canadian. I have no idea. I know what New York Fries is, and I had no idea that was a Canadian chain. Have you ever heard of those, Trevor? Or is Gamer just?
Yeah, I've had them.
I didn't know that.
They're not bad.
Interesting.
They're not authentic, but they're not bad.
So before we get wrapped up, what do you got going on? What are you working on next? What do you want everybody to know what to expect from the OKS Gamer?
Yeah, so I have a video it's done. It's just an accessory that I had reviewed. It's actually this guy over here. It's a cool little dock that I've been using. It's from Aver Media, and it's actually a capture card. So you can put
that's really cool
card here and just press the button and capture your gameplay, or you can connect it to your computer. And yeah, it's a big upgrade from my previous one. Like I had the Elgato like HD 60S, which is probably a few years old, but yeah, it's a cool dock. It's Switch 2 compatible.
That's super convenient. That's really convenient. Yeah.
So they just updated it. If you update the firmware, it'll work for the Switch 2, which is like, what is there? 3 docks now that work, one for Nintendo and one other one. So
it's a dock that works with the Switch, and the video capture feature works with the Switch 2 also.
Yep,
that's awesome.
Yeah, you can send the video to. You can use it pretty much with anything that's USB-C. Like as long as you get USB-C video, it can record it and send it to your PC or the SD card. So that'll be coming out. Like the video is done. It's sitting on my channel. I just have to hit publish. I didn't like my thumbnail, so that was basically why it's sitting there. Yeah, and then after that I have the Morphine G1. That one's almost done, so I want to complete that one. I'll probably going to finish something for the 1X Sugar, although I realized that I need to re-record some stuff, so we're gonna see. And then I also was testing the X1 Pro, so that's one that I'll be putting out hopefully soon. That's the one with the HX370.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Is that the one that you're live with now?
No, that I had to send it to somebody else, so it has passed on, but I did all my filming ahead of time and testing. Yeah, and then I've been dabbling with going back into doing the handheld news. It's been hard with my schedule recently, but would love to get back into that, just to have that consistent once a week update. I know people really enjoyed that back when I was doing that, but yeah, I don't know. I have a bunch of projects on the go. Like if I had to say, probably like 10 videos that are in the works, but they're just, they need a bit more to finish them. But Kind of like you guys with handhelds and myself with handhelds, you get into too many,
Yep.
and you don't quite wrap up what you
Just
need
get
to. So
overwhelmed.
I got a few videos in the
And
works.
something else new comes in and sparks your interest and knocks the other video back a few.
Yeah, and I've had
So
a few times. So
with the news thing, that's my favorite stuff to watch. Like your news videos, Sujano's news videos, Montotech's news videos. I mean, if I could, I totally would like have something. I do a lot of driving, and I love to listen to put them on and play them and
Mhm.
listen to them while I'm driving for work and stuff. And it's just that and audiobooks. But sometimes I get kind of burnt out on audiobooks, and I want to listen to the new stuff. So yeah, man, get back to making those because I love them. They're of your stuff. I like all your stuff, but those are my favorites too. Like the new stuff, I like to know what's happening, what's going on, what's coming out.
Yeah,
and,
like
you know,
RH's Monday segment. I enjoy that.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I like the new stuff. It's just it's nice to get other people's perspective, you know,
Mhm.
on the things
Right.
that are coming.
Especially
the
when it's
biggest-
something hot and you guys are all talking about it and you have a different perspective on it. I
Yeah.
love that. I totally love that.
Probably the hardest thing is the time commitment because they most people like you guys would know doing content creation, but a lot of people don't really know how many hours go into making a video.
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
Like even those news videos, like there's times like I've got it down now to like maybe like 6-7 hours of work,
Mhm.
where it used to be longer before I kind of learned some tips and tricks. Got that green
Yeah.
screen, which then you don't feel like you have to fill the void with more b-roll. But yeah, they're because they're done over the weekend and I want the weekend news to be included. I usually put them out on Mondays. Yeah, it can eat up your weekend pretty quickly. So
And you are married, right?
Yeah.
So you have kids or just
just the
cats?
furry ones.
Or they count too.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have other stuff too. You know what I mean? I know
And I have 2 jobs, so it's a
two
busy
jobs. Woo.
2 jobs. Yeah, so it's busy. Like I am usually often pretty busy, but I would love to get back into getting that consistent video out, which the news would probably be the best candidate. Just because it is something you just every week you put something out. If it's not much news, then focus on games.
Mm-hmm.
Sales, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I like also, and not to put more on your plate, but I enjoy the okayish stuff, like just the the gameplay videos and stuff like that. I like seeing the different games, like how the what's the name of that game again? The Night Rain,
Elden Ring.
the Elden Ring, how that played, when you did that series where you showed how all these different games performed on this, or when you went and you showed Elden Ring on the Ally and all kinds of I enjoyed that, man. I mean, maybe I'm just a super geek, but I enjoyed watching that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I want to like those. I'm hoping I want to get back to that. Like now that I've
Mm.
mostly finished my renos, I'm hoping to get back into content creation. Really, like get my channel's been kind of slow for the last couple months, but the okay-ish gamer, like that one is really like I just find them fun. They're easy to make, quick videos. So my hope is to make them like kind of like a new game comes out that everybody's curious how it runs. Like you'll always get the Steam Deck videos, you'll get the Ally, but you're not going to get these like HX370 or these other devices that people don't necessarily know about even. So having it like I'll still do the Ally, still do these other ones, but like I'll do the Ally Z1 version as well. Like nobody knows how that thing performs until
You did Elden
know.
Ring on that one. You did do the Elden Ring on that one. So
yeah,
and that's really good. And Too Loud and I were just talking about doing some kind of a collaboration video like that, just showing games on the devices. I don't think there's enough of that in the space. I mean, I know you had mentioned that. Weren't you tell us? Remember when you were telling me about how you wanted to just make videos on how devices come with cards and stuff and the experience there? Do you remember when we were talking about that, Too Loud?
Yeah, I do. I do.
I think that's great. Tell us about that, man.
Yeah, well, my idea was just that I think that we do a major disservice because we're always like getting these devices, and when we review them, we're reviewing them fully customized with we're like changing the operating system, fully customizing them, especially when it comes to like the Linux handhelds, right? Like we're changing out their firmware completely, we're putting on new ROMs and themes and doing all this stuff, but that's not how the device comes out of the box. And a lot of people, they're just as many, I think honestly, just as many people know how to do it, don't know how to do it. So
Mhm.
I think it's really important to show what you're gonna get out of the box. Like, can you pick it up and play it? Like, is it good enough to play on right from the get go? So I like to, when I review a device, review it just how it came. And yeah, later on I can come back and show you a tutorial on how to change the firmware and do all this stuff, and show you what it looks like with this new firmware and what it adds to it, what are the benefits. But I think from the get go, we need to show people what it's like out of the box. I think that's really important. And I think it's a little bit different with the Windows stuff because, the Windows is Windows. We know what we're getting into, right?
Right.
But I just think it's a cool way to do it because people don't do it like that. People just customize it completely, and then you get the device, and if you're not savvy, you're looking at it like, yo, why does this device look way cooler in the video than it does in my hand? It's because the device is not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like, I find that with the content, it's tough to target the full audience. Like my audience, I would say, is more like they're a little more into handhelds, right? Like, because if they're looking at anything from Ayaneo, 1X player, like that means that they're the hardcore ones, or the hardcore gamers, as 1X player likes to put on their devices. So like, but also it's hard. It's easy to forget the general gamer, or the gamer that's actually a console gamer. So a console gamer that kind of stumbles into the space, and that was me. So I try not to forget them and that's mostly with the tutorials, and with reviews. I experiment. Like, I'm trying to figure out the balance here, like how to target the more general audience that are a little more casual, and then also not forget about the burning questions that the a little bit more of an enthusiast has, right?
Yeah. I
It's
think it's
just
really
easy to,
and it's easier in your head, right? It's always easier in your head. Like, you think you're kind of getting everybody, but then you'll get that one question like, "Oh man, I forgot to cover that," or "I forgot to mention that."
Yeah. And it's
This
just a
summer
learning experience.
has been really slow for me. I have 5 kids, so I hear you keep saying like you haven't put out that much content recently. My schedule has been rough, man. I'm thankful to come and make these podcasts every Thursday because I haven't really put out a lot of content beside the podcast since the summer started. But once everybody gets back to school and I got a little bit more time on my hands, then I can get back into dropping reviews. And I'm thankful that this is not how I put food on the table, right? Like, this is a hobby. This is something I enjoy doing. I have fun doing it. Would it be nice to make something in the long run? Sure, absolutely, right? But in the meantime, my house is fully maintained, and when I get to YouTube, I get to YouTube. It's not like, oh, I have to be on YouTube every day because if not, my family's not going to eat. So I don't always get to put out content. I might be a couple months late to the party on a certain handheld. Like, oh, dude, this Anbernic 34X XSP, it's been out for 4 months and you're just dropping a video. Yeah, okay. I'm not charging you for the video, so so it is what it is, dude. Like, you got to get to it when you got the opportunity. And if you're like, and then the other thing for me is like, I can come here in the middle of the night and drop a video. But like, am I going to be enthusiastic? Am I going to be excited? Is that going to relay in my video? Are you going to get that? Like, oh, dude, he's tired. He's not really feeling it. Like, I have to be. I think a lot of people forget that like making videos is really your creative side, right? And your mood, it really shows in your videos. If you're not there, if you're not excited, if you're having a bad day or just a rough day, you've been home with the kids in the middle of World War VII, it's gonna convey in your video, right? And you're also not gonna feel as creative. Like, you're not gonna get all those jump cuts and cool background B rolls and all that stuff. You're just trying to rush a video out, and I don't really like to do that. I try to, at least me, when I make a video, I want to like feel like I'm progressing. Like, I want to feel like each video is better than the last video. And I can't do that when I'm punching a clock. So that's what it's been for me this summer.
Fair enough. I get it.
It's also interesting. Oh, I don't want to stop you.
No.
I was going to say, just like with making content creation, like you get a lot of comments in the, the comment section, like different people, they'll pick up on things. Like one guy's like, oh, it's so bloody annoying with your inflections going up at the end. I'm like, I'm Canadian, like leave me alone. Like we just do this, you know. but you'll get.
Yeah.
I remember because when I first started, I wasn't really like that much energy. Like in a podcast, this is more what I just sounded like in a video. Like it was a little more like, okay, guys, so now we're gonna, take apart this device. And some people really liked it. They're like, oh, it's nice and chill, relaxing.
Yeah.
Somebody told me I should be like a radio host for a jazz music station.
I can see that.
Yeah. And then I had this moment where like, oh, now I'm gonna have energy. Like, hey everyone, welcome back. Like that kind of energy, but it's like it's hard to like feel like as authentic when you're trying to push more, so it's been trying to find a mix where it's like, okay, I can just get normal excited, not like a fake kind of, not I shouldn't say fake, but like pushing yourself,
Damn it, man.
Yeah.
She said you got a voice for smooth jazz.
Yeah, I remember someone's like, can you just say something for me? Like say that, welcome back. What was it? It was say something like, today we're listening to 99.9 Cool FM or something like that. Like, so I just said it trying to make a smooth voice.
You did sound like a radio host when you said that. Yeah, you really did. Like, wait, what's going on here?
Funny. That's funny. Hey, remind everybody where they can check you out. What's your channel, where they can find you?
Yeah, so I have two channels. There's Okayist Gamer, which is my main channel where you'll see my mostly reviews, some handheld news, tutorials. And then my second channel that I'm hoping to get back to as well is the Okay-ish Gamer. Same logo, just purple. And that's where I'm going to be showing like some gameplay on different devices. They're meant to be like 2 to 3 minutes, just short and sweet. So check me out on Okayist Gamer or Okay-ish Gamer on YouTube.
Heck yeah. Before we go, you have to tell us: pink beans, pinto beans, or black beans?
Black beans.
Oh, broke my heart, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can be BFFs anymore. Anymore.
Take that.
Looks like Sadie wants me to say something.
Say it, brother.
Yeah. You've tuned into 98.1 Smooth Jazz. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
That was so good.
Yeah, that was good.
That was so good, man.
That was good. No.
Oh, God. Listen, Trevor, you rock, man.
Time.
Thank you for coming on and hanging out with us. You can come hang out with us whenever you want. Guys, if you have not checked out Okayist Gamer, go do it. This guy's awesome.
Yeah, you're doing yourself a major disservice. Make sure to check him out. Makes great content. A lot of a ton of x86 stuff. Like if you want those questions answered, go over to his channel.
Tutorials.
I ask him questions. So
he doesn't even answer my DMs anymore. I pester him so much.
I was feeling bad about that because I got back to you like a week later. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even see that.
The guy's got terrible taste in beans, but he makes great content. He's got a great channel. Check him out. I'm Matt. That's Hans. That's Trevor. Thanks for checking out the SaveState podcast. You guys have a wonderful night. We'll catch you next Thursday with Trevor's partner, Clef from Game Tech Talk. We out.
Why, Clef?
Take care, guys.
Peace.